Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm not outside Old Trafford. I'm not in the studio. I'm in my kitchen, and in sunny Salford, it's a bit drizzly. It's spitting, I think. I think it's spitting. It's spitting. Get them in. Make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We want to get to 750,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and with your support, yes, we can get there. We're going to be back later on today, obviously, with the watch along. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. It's going to be me. It's going to be Joe Smith. It's going to be Kofi B. And it's going to be Adam McCullough as well. So it is all happening. Let's talk about Manchester United anyway, because there's a few stories doing the rounds this morning that we want to get into. Obviously, we travelled to Kenilworth Road for the Luton game. That's going to be the sort of main focus of attention, but it doesn't stop us having one or two other stories doing the rounds. Don't forget that press conference for Erik I think it was on Thursday, and some of it was embargoed till 10:30 last night. We had Jamie Jackson on the channel on Friday on The Brew, and he was talking about that. They always embargo some of the press conference for print media, so they've got something to run later on in the weekend. Obviously, Sunday morning being the time that they want to release a lot of this in the newspapers, because they're trying to sell the Sunday papers, and the game is today. So it made no sense doing it after that. So the big story focuses on Mathys Tel. This is a kid from Bayern Munich. I am not going to lie to you, I didn't know a lot about him when I saw this rumour doing the rounds, if you can call it the rumour. We're going to get to Erik Ten Hag's quotes on FFP in a minute as well, because he made some, I wouldn't say amazing comments, but eye-opening comments about United's approach in the summer, and it's causing a little bit of a debate, a little bit of discussion on social media and amongst the media itself. So we'll get into that, but we'll talk about Mathys Tel. Now, this has been spotted or been reported in a few places. The Mail have got it. Adrian Bishop for Mail Online, he said this, I think this was about Friday evening, actually. He ran with it, saying that Manchester United made contact with Bayern Munich with a view to sign Mathys Tel, with two other Premier League sides also interested in the 18-year-old forward. So he's saying we've made contact, reportedly made an inquiry with Bayern Munich regarding French starlet Tel. Tel joined Bayern Munich from Rennes in the summer of 2022 for reported 25 million, signing a 5-year deal at the Allianz Arena. Now, the reason that this is sort of doing the rounds again today is our mate Florian Plettenberg. He did a little quote tweet yesterday. I think, let me have a look at the exact time when he did it. This was yesterday afternoon, and he did a tick and a French flag emoji, and it says, Bild, he's quoted this, it says, Bild confirm Florian Plettenberg's report from yesterday that Manchester United are in for Mathys Tel and that the player will reassess and consider his future in the summer. Loan move, not an option. Now, Florian Plettenberg is Mr. Germany. Not literally, he's not a Mr. Man called Mr. Germany, but he is Mr. Germany in terms of football reporting, in terms of what he knows, in terms of being reliable. He writes for Sky Sports, or he's a Sky reporter, I should say. Not writes, he's a Sky reporter. We've had him on the channel when I think he was at Sport 1. We had him on a couple of times. Very, very reliable guy. Knows his stuff when it comes to what's going on in Germany, and he's been reporting this, and Bild have picked up on the back of it. Remember, go back to that Jamie Jackson appearance on The Brew that I mentioned. He was talking about Bild and how they covered his interaction with Pep Guardiola when Pep Guardiola was the Bayern Munich manager. Bild are the sort of the ones that everyone looks at in Germany. You may argue how reliable they are, but they're certainly someone that have a big following and a lot of people listen to. So yesterday, Plettenberg had also said more on Mathys to Manchester United. In the past few weeks, United have intensely analysed him. The club have contacted his management and inquired about potential transfer in the summer. United definitely want to sign another striker in the summer. Aside from that, they are satisfied with Haaland. What's that? It's not even a word. Højlund. Manchester United's interest in Xerxes is still present, but has somewhat diminished in the meantime. Tel, he's now in the spotlight, but at this stage, he's 100% focused on Bayern Munich. If you just want to look at his sort of stats this season for Bayern Munich, he's played, let's just look at the Bundesliga. He's played 17 games in the Bundesliga. He's scored 3 goals. He's got 2 assists. He can play left wing. He's played most of his games on the left. I think 12 games on the left, 3 on the right, and 2 as centre forward. So doesn't always start. There's a lot of substitute appearances here. I mean, you can look at the options that Bayern Munich have got, especially as centre forward with Harry Kane being there. And it doesn't surprise me, to be brutally honest, that Mathys Tel isn't getting loads of starts. But he's obviously only young. He's 18, so he is a youngster. He turns 19 in April, so He's got his whole career ahead of him. Obviously done well to get a move to Bayern Munich so far, and has done all right for him as well. It's not like he's been, he's struggled there. He seems to be relatively reliable. So I can understand Manchester United looking to go for a younger striker, because I don't see someone coming in who's going to replace Rasmus Højlund. You want someone who's going to be able to either fill other positions in the team, or when Højlund's not available, come in for him. Potentially, you could, suppose, go 2 up top, but that might take a bit more shuffling than Erik ten Hag's willing to do. Get involved in the comments and the chat. Let me know if you know much about this kid. Obviously, I don't. I'm just telling you what I've read, but you may know a lot about him. Have you seen him? What do you think of him? Is he any good? Do you think he could be the answer to Manchester United's problems in terms of a lack of options up front? I want to talk quickly about Erik ten Hag's comments on FFP, because he, part of the embargoed press conference, I think, was what he said about FFP and the financial approach in the summer for Manchester United. And he says, when we were in the summer, I think we had very good momentum. We had finished third. We had won one final. We were in another final. Then we chose to bring in young players for the future, and that had to do with FFP. That was the choice we made. But you then know it will take longer before you can come into the competition for the top positions in the Premier League or Champions League. Now, whilst I understand that approach, sort of people are pushing back, or a few reporters or journalists are saying, well, okay, is that necessarily 100% true? Because whilst you did spend a lot of money or go for Rasmus Højlund, who's obviously a younger player, Mason Mount, he's youngish, spent 55 million on him, and Andre Onana, again, for a keeper, he's quite young. He's not that young in terms of being a young player, but you spent, I think it was around 40-odd million on him as well. So United did spend a little bit of money in the sort of summer transfer window, and it doesn't all seem to have been focused on young players. But FFP is obviously a thing. Erik ten Hag spoke about it quite a lot. I think United did have a small fine or some sort of punishment when it came to FFP. Nothing major, certainly not like some other clubs are looking at, but it's obviously a consideration when it comes to transfers. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one in the summer. Are Manchester United going to sign again? We're going to go down, the route of being a little bit more cautious. I don't think we've been that cautious, if I'm being brutally honest. But it's also interesting to see Erik ten Hag giving the reasoning behind these transfers and talking about FFP. And I just wonder whether the club are willing to back him again this summer. Whether they're going, okay, look, last summer we didn't go massive. We went quite big, but I think we could have gone a little bit further. Certainly in January we didn't go big. Are we going to go big next summer? And are we going to give Erik ten Hag the chance to have another transfer window? I want to see him stay. I want to see him being given a chance. I've spoken about this loads of times. Let me know in the chat in the comments whether you do and whether you think he will be kept on by Ineos. We've obviously got this new regime in town now, new sheriff in town. So we'll wait and see what happens on that front. I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks everyone who's been watching. Don't forget as well to hit like, share and subscribe. And just another one, I am raising money for Cancer Research UK. There's a link in the description there, doing the Keep You Uppy challenge for February with varying results. So go and check that out if you can. If you can make any small donation, it's appreciated. We'll be back later on for the Luton Town preview. It's getting, I was going to say it's getting a little bit sunnier, but it's not. It's still pretty cloudy. Hopefully, the sun will be shining in Luton for Manchester United. I've been Motty. This has been the Paper Talk / Gazetta, because it's a Sunday. Thanks for watching.